Hello and a warm welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shoboale. We begin in South Sudan, where the transitional government has revoked a restrictive public order law that controlled how women acted and dressed in public. On Twitter, Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok paid tribute to women who have endured the atrocities that resulted from the implementation of this law. That's in its words. The country's transitional authorities also dissolved the party of former President Omar alBashir. Mr. Bashir seized power in a 1989 coup and ruled for nearly 30 years before protests ousted him in April. Sudan is currently led by a joint military and civilian council, as well as a civilian-led cabinet headed by Prime Minister Hamdok. Joining us now is Naba Muhidin, the VOA correspondent in Khartoum. Hello, Naba. Thanks for joining us on the program. Just for clarity, talk us through what exactly this public order law that has now been revoked. Talk us through what that exactly is.
Order Act is an act in the criminal law that was introduced in the 90s by the former President Omar al-Bashir and his Islamic regime, and it was deployed to impose conservative Islamic social codes on women. It was targeting women's freedoms, restricting women's dress, how they move, how they associate in the work and study, and how they behave with other males. Other than their husbands or any immediate relative. So it was targeting women to put them back and send them back homes. This is the public order. And the punishment of the people who are suited and tried under the public order would be varied. It would vary from whipping, public whipping, paying fines, or even putting in jail.
Yeah, very good news for the women in the country. But what is the implication of dissolving Omar al-Bashir's party? What does this mean for the political sphere in Sudan?
Dismantle of National Congress Party and seizing the money, the properties with all the facets of the party means a healthier atmosphere for Sudan politics in the transitional period, because it means a less ideological war, especially with the law that stated that they are banned to make any political movement or to involve in any political engagement in 10 years. So it means the protest is going towards fulfilling its goals, as dissolving the ruling party has been the major demand of protesters since the ousting of al-Bashir, and before that for 30 years. It was one of the main rules of the accumulated revolution of Sudanese people. So it means a healthier atmosphere with less ideological war and more programs to be implemented to recover Sudan's political and economic situation.
Of course, the public, what has been the reaction to these new developments?
People are celebrating in the streets and feel optimistic about the transitional period, especially that it's 10 years banning of any political engagement for the National Congress Party or any of the former regime symbols, even from other parties that participated in making the power more inaccessible. So people feel it's a real victory for Sudanese revolution, and they think that the revolution right now it's back on track.
Right, Naba, just before I let you go, what is the latest we have heard about former President Omar al-Bashir?
In the corruption trial of Sudan's ousted President Omar al-Bashir will be delivered on December 14th, as the judge announced 2 weeks ago, after several hearings have been held, including one 2 weeks ago in the presence of the deposed leader who was in a metal cage. So the judge said the sentence will be announced on December 14th.
VOA correspondent Naba Muhidin, thank you for joining us on Network Africa.